Aloha beautiful beings, Jess here with an Ascension update. The full moon in Gemini at 22 degrees, December 13th and 14th, depends on where in the world you are located. So today they're telling me it's a Lemurian portal. So I've got my Lemurian quartz here to help me channel and bring forth the energy. For those of you who don't know, the Lemurian energy is it's quite high in frequency, and it's bringing forth our multi-dimensional gifts and talents, and really amping up telepathy, which is a form of communication on an etheric level, but really making it clear our clairaudience is being lifted on a collective level as well. So people, you're hearing ringing in your ears, that is the full moon energies and the beings that are working with the energies, helping us sort of raise our gifts to a next vibration to bring forth the new earth and to birth it into being even more. So that's where the Lemurian energy is helping us reclaim that part of ourselves, archetype being the magical child. So Gemini represents the twins, and it represents our siblings and our friendships. Some will also refer it to love, because in the tarot it is the Lover's card, but it represents self-love and how we interact with the world. So the healing that's coming up during this full moon is how we sort of, our upbringing in relation to our cousins, brothers and sisters, or if we're an only child, that affected the way we communicated with the world. So that's the healing that's coming through. Aries being the first sign, it represents the father. So how we were fathered, the shadow and light sides of that, and that's a little bit healing this year. And then Taurus comes along, which is the mother, the great mother, and the shadow and light sides of that, which I've gone through in previous videos. And Gemini represents the siblings. So how the child now, after being parented, how it interacts with the world, how it communicates, what conditions are attached to that communication. So that's what we're healing at the moment, and that's what this full moon is bringing up. How we speak and how we hear ourselves, how others hear us, our ability to listen. And my guides are just saying the difference between hearing someone and listening. Listening is a form of receiving and giving at the same time. We're hearing, you can hear something but not really be present with it. Okay, or the opposite way around. Basically, they're trying to highlight differences in being present while you're listening. Okay, so right now, if you're watching this video, allow yourself to watch it and then take in the knowledge, rather than trying to work it out as I'm going. Okay, so this is about our expression as well, the way we express ourselves in relationships, okay? Not just creatively, but also on a logical level, okay? So Gemini represents the lower mind, so, you know, our everyday things, how we communicate about how we're feeling, even can be skewed by this if not understood how to communicate effectively. Sagittarius, which is the opposite sign, is opposing this full moon, and that's about the higher minds, the philosophy. So the message about this full moon is, what do you allow into your field that undermines your higher mind? So old programs and beliefs around power, around communication, rules and obligation around communication. So example, the feminine being suppressed for many, many generations and lifetimes. Her expression was suppressed because of the power dynamic between male and female. She was seen less superior, and therefore her voice was taken from her. And voice is a really powerful tool in expressing who we are, because right now I'm speaking, but really I'm just making sounds. Right? You're making a meaning, you're assigning meaning to what I'm saying, but really I'm just making a sound. So la 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 blah blah la la, that's a sound, or a but you know, it's the way we use these sounds. So ask yourself, do the sounds you make every day, in every conversation, in the morning, the way you speak to yourself, are they nice sounds, nice tones? Or the way quite, because if you're constantly speaking with this type of tone inside, you start to listen to the same soundtrack and it gets a bit boring and you get used to it. So the message of this full moon too is time to take out the soundtrack and put a new mixtape on, whatever that looks like for you. The energy that's coming up as well is the archetype of the trickster. Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Mercury is going retrograde in about a week, or less than a week. It's in its shadow now, so it's really going to cut back on the logical, rational side of us and really allow us to feel. That's why we're going through this deep healing. So when we feel, we don't feel scared and run away. The purpose of this full moon is to bring us closer to intimate union and sacred union, okay, or with ourselves, with others, and to really build deep connection with the community and in loving relationship. And the only way to do that is if we don't run when we can't rationalize our feelings. You're going to have moments where you just feel something. You don't need to make sense of it. And if you do, that's fine, but notice how it's affecting the present moment. Whether you just allow whatever is in the moment to arise. Welcome all the feelings. Welcome yourself. Invite it, actually. And allow yourself to feel it in your body. Be present. This will allow for trust to heal issues of abandonment, separation, betrayal, judgment, denial. And these are the wounds, the 5 major wounds. So I'll say them again. Abandonment, separation, betrayal, judgment, and denial. When we work through these 5 wounds, our communication won't be skewed and it will be pure. So when we communicate, the soul in the other person will feel that we are trusting, and so will their mind, and this will help build intimacy on a grander scale. And this is what we're looking for on the collective level, is to unite masculine and feminine energies, whether it be through friendship within us, on a community level, collective conscious level, and in sexual relationships. So really allow yourself to tune in and listen to where you communicate with yourself first. And remember to not abandon the parts of yourself that tell you that you're amazing and that you're worth it. That's a part of you communicating with yourself. So start to own your own communication, your self-talk, own it. So that can sort of transform and translate, if possible, with other people. So love to you, happy full moon. My guides are saying, give them some tips. Put your crystals out to charge in this full moon. I'm just getting ritualize this full moon. It's the last one for the year, so maybe just a little fire, do a dance, light a candle, burn some stuff, cook something. Yeah, you can ritualize anything. Bath, light some candles, hang out with friends, talk about something important. Really allow the full moon energy to sort of enter your field. Yeah, I love you. And speak soon, my brothers and sisters.